For my Music with Mary class that is happening today, and it is going to be Halloween themed. So for those of you who don't know, in addition to podcasting and helping people feel more confident and creative when it comes to their makeup and skincare, I'm also a music teacher. That's actually what my degree is in. I have a bachelor's of music and music ed. I taught for many years, particularly in like the middle and high school ages, beginner band, chorus, musical theater, but I've always had a passion for our youngest learners, like babies, infants, toddlers, and that is what I have the pleasure of doing today. So I'm really excited, but I also look really tired because this has been a long week. So here's the scoop. I have a kind of Halloween-y themed headband right here. I may or may not wear my witch's hat. All of the little ones are coming in their costumes. If there isn't anything cute, I mean, there isn't anything cuter than like babies in costumes. So incredibly cute. So do me a favor. Say hello, lovely, down in those comments below. It's your little way to wave or give me a high five or a little hug over the internet. Lets me see if comments are working, and it really helps my makeup business. So I appreciate it if you do put that hashtag hello, lovely. All right, so I've got my eye masks on. These help depuff and brighten and tighten under your eyes. They give you instant results. You just wear them about 15 minutes. So, put them on while you're doing your skincare routine or you're brushing your teeth. I like to keep them on a little bit while I do my eye makeup, and then I take them off. So they're going to hydrate and brighten and tighten under those eyes. I have pretty significant puffiness underneath my eyes today because it's been a long week. Thank you so much for the hello, lovely, with the jack-o'-lantern. I appreciate that so very much. Add that little spooky flair. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just adding a little bit of concealer right here underneath my eye, on top of my eyelid where I have a lot of discoloration. I have a lot of freckles and fine lines. You can take a nude, like a skin tone shade eyeshadow. You could take a pressed powder foundation, but I just kind of tackle right in there, particularly in that inner corner. That's where a lot of us have darkness. So, have you ever been to a baby music class? I went when I had my children, and I absolutely loved it, and that's kind of what sparked my interest of wanting to do this myself. I am going to take a little bit of pressed powder now and go on top of it. So in my normal baby music classes, we have a series of sessions, so the music kind of builds on top of one another, and you get really familiar with the pieces, and the little ones get used to the rhythms and they know what to expect. The parents get used to the songs. But today is a drop-in class. I'm just going to take my eyeshadow stick. This is in the shade Gleaming. It's easy to use, has a bit of a shimmer kind of bit to it, and I'm just going to draw it on this lower lid right here just to add in some of that magic. This is a really lovely shade. It can be used every day. It can be used for holidays, special occasions, but the eyeshadow sticks don't budge. Like once they're on, they're on. You got a couple seconds to kind of blend them. They are super easy. They're like a crayon. So I'm just kind of drawing it all over that lid to give it some Halloween sparkle. And you can use it in addition to other shadows. So if you have like pressed eyeshadows, and that's what I'm going to do in a little bit. But if you have one of those, you can totally use them together. See how pretty? It's just like a nice little light shimmer. So I took my kids to baby music class when they were babies, and I loved it. And I always used to see myself as being a music teacher, kind of like Raffi. Are you too young to remember Raffi? Or do you remember Raffi? I loved Raffi. I absolutely loved him. Of course, one of his big songs that he's known for is Baby Beluga. And he would just sing and play on his guitar, and he was just this like lovable musician. But as I like to say to the younger generations, I'm like, he was like the Taylor Swift of baby toddler music. Like his concerts would sell out. People would go gaga. I mean, maybe not the Taylor Swift, but you know what I mean. Close second of the 80s, 90s when it comes to baby and infant toddler music. Let me see how these are doing. I think these are pretty good. I have braids, so kind of like a Wednesday vibe, a Wednesday Addams vibe. Plus I have this cute headband. You see all the skulls and stuff, but I also do have a witch's hat. So I'm going to decide which one I wanted to do, but I wanted to tie back my hair so it's easier for either the witch's hat or this headband. But the ends of my hair were kind of looking like a witch's broom, so I figured, you know what, I'll put them in hot rollers to have them curled, and we will see if this will work or not, or if this is just gonna look ridiculous. We will find out together. All right, so I've got that gleaming eyeshadow on, super easy and pretty. I'm gonna take off my little eye masks. And whatever is left, I kind of rub in. If I leave the eye masks on for super long, say I just kind of forget and I go about my day, or I'm not necessarily in a rush to get ready, all of the serum really gets nice and saturated inside. But if you take it off a little sooner, you can actually take them and put them on your other areas of your face that you might want to tighten or hydrate. So if you have fine lines over here, I see some people put them here. I also see people put them on their forehead lines, and that helps kind of alleviate those forehead lines as well. So if you ever see me walking around like this, it's just because I've taken the mask, I've turned it around, and now I'm letting the serum on the other side of the mask really soak on in. So fun little fact. But yeah, or 11sies. A lot of people use it on the 11sies. All right, so I'm going to let that soak on in for a hot second. And then I'm going to do my moisturizer, and eye cream. I've been getting my music playlist together for today. So today is just like specifically a Halloween themed pop-up music with Mary class. My other classes are part of a series. So as I was saying before, you know, we kind of like build on top of the music and we have a lot of repetition. But once a month, I do a pop-up class on the weekends. And this is great, particularly for parents who like can't come during the work week. But that being said, I, as a music teacher, can't expect that they know all of the songs and that they're going to sing along. So on my pop-up classes, just taking a little bit of eye cream, on my pop-up classes, I treat it a little bit more kind of like a performance. You know, I add a lot more, I don't know, I add a few more songs because we're doing a little bit less repetition. We're still learning, we're still talking about it, but it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe when you're not actually having like an ongoing class. So it's a one-time off class. But like I said, this is like strictly Halloween based, so I needed to find even a Halloween kind of like lullaby. Those are really hard to find. Really hard to find. Fun fact. Who knew, right? Gonna take some primer. So what primer does is it fills in your pores, fills in your fine lines, and it also acts like Velcro for your makeup. And I notice a significant difference. This is just my Prime and Set Mist. I notice a significant difference when I wear primer versus when I don't. Particularly when it comes to like my pores and my fine lines. It just fills it in. You're going to think of it as like pothole filler, like concrete pothole filler for the potholes on your face, just those different little areas. Because if you don't have that and you put makeup on, the makeup sinks in there and then your makeup looks all patchy. So you can use something as simple as a Prime and Set Mist that's like a 2-in-1 product. I also have a mattifying primer. I am going to use this because I do get a little sweaty during class, understandably. I'm walking around and dancing and doing all the things. So what I do is I first put the primer on the most problem areas. So my pores, the areas that I get sweaty, my fine lines on my forehead, my fine lines around my face. I have some uneven texture on my chin, and then I go from there. Now this is a mattifying primer, so it's going to help kind of cut down on sweat and oil, and it really kind of just blurs out those imperfections. I actually have some friends who will put on primer on their freshly cleansed and hydrated skin, and that's it, because it adds almost like a filter to your face. It really helps cut down on the uneven texture on your skin. All right, do me a favor, drop that hello lovely down in the comments below, just so you can give me a little wave over the internet. If you are on the East Coast and you're still in bed, good morning. If you're somewhere else in America and you're still in bed, good morning. And if you are out and about on your day, and like me, then hello. All right. I'm going to go back with a little bit of concealer. So you can see I have my darkness kind of right here. So I have physical under eye bags that my eye masks really help me depuff. But now I'm just going to work just a smidge on the area of discoloration right there. Okay, so when you get older, less is more when it comes to makeup. Okay, you younger folk get to add on gobs and gobs and gobs of makeup, but As we age, our skin thins out, and we can combat that a bit with collagen, taking in some collagen. Collagen helps add elasticity to your skin. It really helps add with the hydration to your skin. But honestly, one of the best, so you're going to want to like take good care of your skin. You're going to want to hydrate. You're going to want to use good skincare. That's honestly your best line of defense is your skincare. But then the other thing to keep in mind is that less is more. Less is more when it comes to layering on loads of makeup, particularly on areas of your skin that are fine and delicate, like around your eyes. So I just put the concealer just a smidge right on the area of discoloration, and then you can either take a damp blending bud or you can take some kind of a concealer tool, and I'm just lightly blending it out so that there isn't any kind of harsh line. And for me, I'm not at a point that I want to do a big triangle and brighten everything. I do have texture. I do have, fine lines. And when you use less product, it's going to really help prevent the creping from happening even more. The reason that it gets crepey a lot is because people have too much stuff on it. That Prime and Set Mist, this is another great tip. If you do have crepiness, you're going to apply it on your fingers and just kind of tap it, as it's going to act like a hairspray kind of thing. It's going to really lock it in place and make it less likely to bunch up and move around. Okay, so if you do have texture under your eyes and you find no matter what you do, it's just not working right, use a lot less. Make sure you're using a really good product. So my concealer at minutewithmary.com has skincare infused in it, has caffeine infused in it. So it is also going to really help heal that skin, but it is super full coverage. So a little bit does go a long way. All right, so for me, I was able to brighten. The other thing that I'm going to do over there is I'm going to mattify just around my under eye bag so that way you don't see the physical under eye bag. Now it's time for a little bit of foundation. I'm going to do my BB cream. This is back in all shades. It is a lightly tinted, hydrating. This has SPF as well. And I apply it in the areas that need the help the most, and then we blend it out from there. You can use your fingers. Thank you for the hashtag Hello Lovely with the spooky ghost. You can blend it with a blending bud. You can blend it with your fingers. I'm blending it with a kabuki brush. I find when I use a kabuki brush or a blending bud for my foundation that sometimes I need a little bit more foundation than if I were to use my fingers, and that I think is because some of the product does get inside the tool. So if you're someone who notices that as well, just know that that's what it is. So I may go back and I might do another little dab of my BB cream. But if you are someone who's been looking for just like kind of that natural look to your face, but you want to have, I don't know, as like I said, it's almost like a little filter. It has that SPF coverage to it. This might be a good option for you. It's funny that you have that ghost emoji because one of the songs that I'm learning for today, so see, I'm just going to go and add a little bit more on that kind of darkness spot and touch up anywhere else that might need a smidge more. I'm on my last like half pumps of my this BB cream. So I am going to be having some really fun things happening in November. I know we're still here in October. I am all here for the things Halloween, but at minutewithmary.com, November is always a super exciting month. I have like crazy discounts. I have really fun bundles. So if you're not already in my VIP group on Facebook, just go there and type in the hashtag minutewithmary. You can request to join. I'm going to be sharing all the information there. But honestly, if you're someone who like isn't necessarily on social media a ton, maybe you're really busy during the holiday season, another great way to stay in the know is to join my email list. I'm the one that sends it. It's not spam. It's 100% me. You just go to minutewithmary.com and a pop-up pops up and it says, would you like to be on my newsletter? And I will be letting people know about all the different specials that way. I feel like that's the easiest way so you don't miss anything. All the sales, right? So excited for all the sales. So there we go. That is the coverage that I get from my BB cream. As I said, you could still see freckles. You can still see some of the age spots, but it just added this really beautiful kind of like filter to my face. Makes me feel more confident and pulled together. I'm not trying to go for anything like crazy hardcore coverage. I'm just trying to not look like a ghost myself. All right, gonna add a bit of warmth And I like to do that with a darker shade of a product. I'm seeing a lot of people who are currently doing this kind of a process with a darker shade of BB cream. So once I run out of this product right here, this is my stick foundation that is going out of, is being retired. Once I'm done using that, I will be switching also probably to a darker shade of the BB cream to kind of do this bronzing contouring that you're seeing me do. But you can do it with anything. You could do it with a pressed bronzer. You could do it with a darker shade of whatever foundation that you have. But what this does is it really kind of helps add a bit more shadowing, adds a bit more dimension, warms up your face. It can slim your face down. I have a relatively large forehead, so that's why I go around my hairline right here, and it just kind of adds that darkening to make it look like my forehead is kind of curving back and making it appear smaller than what it really is. If everything is just like the same one-dimensional color on your face, it's going to make everything look bigger. Something lighter brings things to the front, whereas something darker brings things further back. Just visually, it's kind of like an optical illusion. So when you do want your face, your cheekbones, your forehead, your nose, or whatever to look a little smaller or to look a little bit more angled, you can even do this right under here for your double chin area. Using a darker shade is going to really help with that optical illusion. So it's either going to be accentuating the curves, the bone structure, the shape that you already have, or honestly, you can kind of redraw and create a new one. And that's what I'm doing with my nose. I like to slim my schnoz. And please ignore my slight lisp as I am wearing my Invisalign. I take my Invisalign out while I sing, but I try to wear it as much as I can when I'm not singing or eating to let it do what it's got to do. All right. So there we go. So that just added, as I said, it adds in some warmth, adds in a little bit of dimension. Make sure I blend it well, because sometimes when I get talking, I forget, and then I walk around. That is not as good. All right, now I'm going to add in some blush, some cream blush. So I'm going to use, where are they? They're over here. Peony Pink. Let's see if this is the shade that I like today. Yes, it is. So Peony Pink is a very natural, pinky, blushy kind of shade. All of these cream blushes are multi-purpose products. They're actually called all-in-one color sticks, as you can use them on your cheeks, on your lips, on your eyelids. You can use them as a contour, you can use them as a highlight. So kind of what you just saw me do, you'll be able to use some of these sticks for as well. It gives like a nice kind of dewy look to your face. And I go around that forehead because naturally I will get a little flushed up there. But this just kind of evens things out. And what I love about this is that it really allows you to add the color where you want it. If you have redness, rosacea, uneven coloring to your skin, you know, that's sometimes why we add a foundation, to help even that out. But then you can do things like this that just bring it back where you want it to. So pretty. Now I go a little extra with my blush because I like to be a Disney princess when it comes to my Music with Mary class. All right, I forgot to put in my earrings, and if I don't put them in, I will totally forget. I actually have multiple pumpkin earrings. Yesterday I was wearing jack-o'-lantern ones, and I wanted to wear those today, but I can't find them. My little lass may have snatched them. Sometimes she takes my stuff. So we will figure that out. All right, let's take these out too and see how this look is coming along, shall we? I feel like Frankenstein. Oh good, it did what I wanted. Yay. I put on my whole like hot heaters, warmed them all up just to do this. But I am gonna have either a witch's hat, or like I said, I've got this really cute kind of skeleton headband for the Halloween theme. It's super fun. All right, so we've got just nice, light, fresh, natural looking look to my face. I am gonna take that Prime and Set Mist one more time. I use Prime and Set Mist in between multiple layers. You don't have to, but what I find with it is that it really helps keep things on super duper long. And if you're someone who does like a hydrated, dewy look, this will be your setting product for your face. So if you like it hydrated, dewy, youthful, setting spray is going to be what you use to set. If you like more of a mattified look, it will be my Prime and Set powder. I'm going to use my Prime and Set powder on the areas where I don't want it to be dewy. So for the most of my face, I want it to be dewy and fresh and hydrated. But when things are dewy, it shows texture. So it shows my physical under eye bags. It shows the texture of my pores. And areas that I will get a little sweaty, I'm going to want to use this as well. So I have to give it a good shake. It's powder encapsulated around water. It's a really cool technology that gives a nice cooling sensation. But if you don't shake it around, it won't work the way it's supposed to. I then tap a small amount into the cap. I take my brush, just nice and light. I don't want to burst the little powder water things. And then I go right under that eye, and I go on my large pores, which are along the side of my nose. It's also where I get a little sweaty. And you are going to see a total difference for the texture. So right around here I have some fine lines, and my chin, as I said, gets a little textured. So what it's going to do is it's going to get rid of that shine, that dewiness. I get sweaty up here on my forehead. So you can see the difference. See how this is like it's shining, like I'm glowing from within. But with that, it also really shows the under eye bag. Do you see that difference? Please let me know in the comments if you see it. Can you see the difference just from cutting down in that dewiness and shine? And then as I said here, maybe if I get a little closer, you can see all the texture of my pores. Whereas on this side, you don't see it as much because of that Prime and Set powder. It really creates like a really nice filter for your face. It also locks the makeup on. Yay, you could see it. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go in and do the same under this eye and on these pores and along this side of my face that gets a little shiny. On this side of my upper lip, on this side of my chin, and then on this side of my forehead, because once again, my forehead, it'll hide kind of like your fine lines a little bit, because if it has that shine, if it has that dewy finish, it's going to catch the light and it will show the texture. If you don't want it to show texture, having some mattifying stuff is really going to be your best friend. So all of these products shown are available at minutewithmary.com. If you have anything that you need for the holidays, if you have a special event, if you want to treat yourself, if you want someone to get you a present from minutewithmary.com, and you're like, maybe I can create an easy shopping link for them, anything like that, just send me a message. I'm actually able to create some custom bundles, and I am going to also be having some really cool specials coming in November. So once again, make sure you're on my mailing list. Just go to minutewithmary.com and sign up on the pop-up that's going to come on up. And I would be more than happy. I'm not going to spam you. It's just me sending emails, letting you know about my deals. I'm going to comb through these brows. My brows love to be wild. It's like a crazy forest. So I always have to double check it. And then, yeah, that's the scoop. I'm going to put on some mascara and I'll be good to go. But I'm going to go first check on my kids because I thought I heard a little bump. A bump in the night, but a bump in the morning. Have a great day. Thank you so much. As I said, stay tuned. November is going to be lots of fun things, great deals and sales at minutewithmary.com. You'll be seeing a lot more of me. I hope you have a happy Halloween. If you have any fun pictures, I would love to see them of you or little ones in your life. And I will talk with you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me as I get ready for my music class.